Okay guys, welcome. Before we start reading the comments, this is not just a read your comments video, it's also a little bit of an update video. I will talk about which games I would like to play, and there is a new game I'm gonna play for sure because there is no other way around. However, if you're not interested in this stuff, then there will be a timestamp where you can just jump into the section of the video where I'm gonna read your particular comment. You will miss out if you do that, so I wouldn't recommend it because I'm gonna show you a new overlay for a game which I care a lot about. And so I'm gonna show you this first. Then we read the comments and I'll talk a little bit casual too. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, first thing I would like to say is during November I will have a little bit, there will be 2 weeks of November where I'm probably gone. But I don't know exactly when or for how long, so if I'm not there in November, that this is the reason for if there is somebody who actually cares about that. Anyway, the next thing is, I'm gonna show you the game and the new overlay. I'm using it for this particularly new gameplay playthrough. But it's not just for that game, I can use it for other things too. So I'm gonna pause it quickly and then I'm gonna start and prepare the game so you'll see what I mean. Okay, so this is the new overlay and we will play, not today, again this is I read your comments video, but we're gonna play Blood Omen Legacy of Kain because this is one of the best games I've ever played when I was 12 years old, had a PlayStation set down in my living room or in my room, and then I played this game and I do not remember much, but I like the gameplay a lot. So we are a vampire, Kain, and those guys try to kill us, and I think they do kill us at some point. I mean, I know, but maybe you don't know. Anyways, so this is the new overlay. You can see you can see it in the left-hand corner. Down below in the left-hand corner, there is a candle which is kind of dancing. This is not on purpose, so I have to fix it and render this again. This is a 1000 frames Blender render. Endless cycle animation overlay for OBS. So this is something I wanted to show you because I really love how it looks now, and I'm gonna use it for other games too, that's for sure. So I wanted to talk about which games I wanna play. I don't wanna overload myself, so I wanna focus on Blood Fresh Supply, Doom, and I'm continuing a little bit the game of Gabriel. This is, I keep forgetting the name. Kingdoms of Amalur. Is this true? Yeah. So we're gonna play those games, and then on top of this, Legacy of Kain, here it says Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, because this just has to be played. It was released on GOG, and the first thing I thought is, immediately I buy that. That's the first thing it came into my mind when I looked at the GOG website and saw in the store this game. I thought, I'm buying it. I'm buying it immediately. Anyway, so I'm very happy about that. Let's jump back into the radio comments section. Okay guys, so we are almost ready with starting reading the comments. So now we all need to slow down a little bit. This overlay we have today, maybe next week, or in 2 weeks we have the spaceship again, which I'm also still working on. It's very random, but so it also, it keeps everything fresh in a weird way, I believe. I hope so. I do hope so. I also said that I do not remember much of Legacy of Kain. Well, that only counts, or that's only true for the end of the game. I also played a little bit since it was released, so because I just love the game. When I said I don't know much about the game, this only refers to the story, which is usually true. I do not really remember stories, gameplay stories, or game stories very well, but the game itself, of course, I do know very well. Yeah, anyway, I think we are ready. I just was thinking, did I forget something? Did I forgot? I forgot to do, yeah. Did I forget something? No, I think I'm good. Okay, we're gonna start. I would like to start with ArachCobra because he starts with A, and he is, you know, again, there will be a timestamp. I hope I will do that. If not, well, then I just glide extremely. Did I say that I see the same as you do? So if I don't show, if I read something and it's not shown on the screen, I will realize that, and so that will help to prevent, you know, prevent some errors. Yeah, anyway. Whew. Let's get started. We're gonna read the comment of ArachCobra. Do we see everything? Yeah, looks good. Okay, ArachCobra wrote 4 weeks ago. Really, is this so long ago already? Let me just check this. Is this the right thing? Yeah, it's 4 weeks ago. Oh boy, what the heck? Yeah, I know, guys. I mean, those days, you know, the next half year is so unpredictable. It's in a good way, but yeah, it's different than 2 years ago. Okay, ArachCobra 4 weeks ago wrote, never knew you could just dynamite those wall turrets. Neat, those wall turrets. Ah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, there were new opponents, those wall turrets, he said. And you don't see my arrow. It's gonna be on the screen where I read. You know, that's you don't see my arrow right now, but I hope that's okay. Yeah, okay. So then, furthermore, he wrote, also, I admit I think it would be a shame if you stopped doing blind LPs, since I think it's super fun to see a player discover the game, but it is, of course, your right to do so if you feel it's better that way. Yeah, maybe I said it a little bit wrong. What I mean is that if you play, if you start, I mean, this is because I'm a weird character. If I play a game, usually to me, it means a lot, games in general. I try to fall into the game and I try to be in the game. And when I start a blind let's play, first of all, it's not, well, it's a little bit different. And then the next thing is, if I cannot touch the game if I want to play just for myself. So sometimes you have, or I feel that way, that I would like just to play a little bit of a game because I like it. But I don't want to record or talk. I just want to play the game and shut my mouth up. I shut my mouth because, you know, sometimes talking is, you know, I can be quiet. You wouldn't think so, but I can also be very well just quiet and be in the game. And this blind thing prevents me from doing so, at least in the thinking way. So usually when I have a blind let's play, I have the need. I want to play this game because it's kind of forbidden. I cannot touch it, so I want to play it. And then I think, oh man, if I'm done with the let's play, I can just play the game. But if I'm done with the let's play, I don't care about this game anymore. It's like, you know, not that I don't care, but for example with Diablo, I always felt when I played the first Diablo, oh boy, when it's done, I can just start and play the game. But I never do. I just thought while I was playing the game that I cannot touch it. So it's a psychology problem. Not really a big problem. It's kind of a little bit annoying. And I also save a lot of games. I buy or bought games on GOG. Most of the times I buy it on GOG because of the DRM-free reason, obviously. But then I'm not starting the game. I'm saving it for a blind let's play. But you know, to be honest, I cannot just play every game I bought. It's just not possible. So I'm ending up not starting those games, and that's kind of a shame, right? So, and this is why I do not like the blind thing right now. It really takes away the fun. I mean, it's fun to share it, but yeah, I do not know. That's something I just figure out. It really bothers me. It's annoying. So, well, I will not say that I will never do that again. You know, there are also new games coming out, so there's always a chance of finding something new. But for example, I also have about the collections of Half-Life. I've never played Half-Life 1, or I mean, I played Half-Life 2, but there's Half-Life 1 and some DLCs or whatever they were called back then, add-ons. I've never played them, so, you know, this is on Steam, and I'm saving them for a blind playthrough, which I'm probably never gonna make anyways. So that's why it annoys me in this way. Yeah, I don't know how other people deal with that. Probably they don't even think about that. I believe a lot of people just, you know, they just record and it's fine. But I think about that. Anyway, answer is I do not know, Arach. I think sometimes I will. But for now, I'm focusing on those games which I mentioned at the beginning, playing through them, and then I will see. Maybe I'm also gonna take a break from Let's Plays and focusing completely on Blender. But this is just a thought I have, since, you know, Blender is a lot of fun, and it may be also something I could really do for the future. This was my controller. I'm apologizing. So yeah. But first, I'm gonna finish what I started, including the game. What's the name? Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, and so on. Yeah, if I should ever stop making Let's Plays, not sure. I mean, I'm talking about in a half year or something, right? But Arach, I'm not sure if you're still listening. If there's someday, if there's something I could do for you with overlays or something, just let me know somehow. I think you can write me on Twitter. You don't have to follow me. I don't like the you follow me, I follow you big stuff. If you have that, I really hate this so much. So rather don't do it. But you can just contact me in general if you want, because you're a good guy. Okay, so talk a lot of nonsense, but what can I do? I always try to focus, but that's not me. This right now is me confused. No, not confused. I digress all the time, and I try to say what I mean, and that always turns out very weird, but what can I do? Anyways, next one is Gabriel. I will skip you because you have a lot of comments, so I'm gonna read your stuff in the end. It's easier to that way. We have somebody new from Canada. Canada. So, and he wrote, really love this game, even in 2021. I find the atmosphere to be more intense than many 3D games that try to be. This is something this is something everybody says that. And I believe what happened with this game is they just accidentally, I think I even said this once, accidentally made a very good game in terms of being, it kind of grabs you. So although it's not my cup of tea, like I said, I can totally understand why it can grab you into this world and you're gonna be stuck, and it's for some reason very, like you said, very intense. Although the graphic is like weird, but this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that the graphic is weird, because if you read a book, it doesn't matter that you don't see graphic in a book, right? You can just be stuck in a story. And yeah, I mean, this happens to a lot of people. A lot of people love this game, and I can understand that. And I haven't played this for a long while, because I said I will continue when I feel so. And this happened from time to time, that I wanted to record, but you know, I have to. Anyway, let's not go into that. I believe there will be something during Christmas. I really think so. I'm not promising, but I think so. Okay, but thanks for the comments, Lexyvil. Gabriel C. No, we're gonna skip you. I said, Gabriel, we're gonna skip you. We're gonna focus. I'm gonna take extra time for you, and then, yeah, I think poeleabois. Barbecue Buster, and then Gabriel. That makes sense. Okay, next one is poeleabois. Poeleabois wrote 1 week ago. I agree with whoever suggested that you play Commander Keen. Ah, yeah, Commander Keen. Yeah. Although I only really care about episode 4. So now I'm confused. I think it happened again, guys. I have to check something. Ah, no, it didn't happen again. Okay, I thought there's more of poeleabois, and there is more of poeleabois. It's just, another comment. Okay, here we go. So poeleabois, aka woodstove, he wrote Commander Keen. Yeah, I forgot about this game. I've seen it on GOG. I think it looks very interesting. It looks like perfectly for my kind of recording, in terms of I could imagine building a new overlay just for this game, how it looks. I've never played this game, never. I just think it looks very interesting. The guy with the huge helmet looks kind of funny. So yeah, maybe I wouldn't say no to that. Like, I mean, I just said I want to focus on some games, so I will try to do that, but at the same time, what do I know? Taking it easy, don't worry. I'm not going to overload myself, but if I feel like, and if I see it in a sale again, I'm buying it for €1 or something, and then we're gonna just jump. Maybe a gameplay session would be nice, and then episode 4, right? Yeah. See, and this is one of the things. It would be a blind let's play, and if you start a blind let's play, you have to start from the beginning until the end, and I do not know what I'm talking right now. Maybe a gameplay session, poeleabois. We'll see about that. Then next poeleabois is, some people back in 1993 had to lower the screen size -key and set the detail level to low. Game options in order to have enough FPS for Doom to be playable. And yeah, that's what it was. I mean, it's kind of incredible nowadays what you can do. It is actually it's incredible. I'm not communicating it right now very well because I said it so often, but I mean, we all did. When we all look at our phone, what our phone can do, meanwhile, compared to what you could do with a huge PC system in 1993, it's crazy. And also nice to think about that. This is something the new generation do not understand. I mean, I did not have a PC in this time window, for sure. And so I did not have this experience, but I had, or I still have friends who had those experiences, who had a system back then. I got the PC system very late. I was 16 years old. So I don't had the time with a lot of discs and such, but I do know what they are, and I also kind of used them, but they weren't a huge thing anymore when I got my first PC. And performance-wise, yeah, it makes totally sense. Playing so many games I had to. Oh man, what did I did to play Crysis? I tried to get in Crysis 1 30 FPS in the jungle, and I did so many things. I tried so many things to get more FPS, more performance out of the game with my PC, and nowadays I can just start a game and recording at the same time. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the weird thing is, now that I can play the thing in HD quality and stuff, well, I did a let's play, so okay. Anyway, so next one, he said, I have just acquired a 25 megahertz computer from 1992 in my collection, and it is the only way I can get the game to run correctly on it. Read more. Since you like to limit your gameplay, in order to be old school, that might well be your next step. Well, let me think about that. What I like is actually, I do not know what it is actually. it is kind of when I do those, first of all, it's multiple things. First of all, it's Blender, and making those overlays and stuff is very nice because I can be creative, and so I love doing that. I would not get myself a PC system because an original PC system, because they are extremely expensive, and then you have the problem, you have to grab the gameplay, and you have to capture the gameplay. And how you gonna do that with the old system? There is no HDMI cable and stuff, so you have to kind of record the screen or something. So that wouldn't be very nice, I believe. So but what you mean is basically you got yourself a system which you like a lot, and you replay your favorite games from back then. And this is something I understand very well, because if I think about I sold my PlayStation 1 back then, I thought it's a good idea. Well, that was one of my biggest mistakes. When I say biggest mistakes, only in terms of they are just games. It's not that important. I love games. I'm always gonna love games. They play a huge role in my life. But at the end of the day, it means shit. Games and Blender and all the stuff I do is meaningless when it comes to love and family, and try to be a good human, and try to be not a fake human being. So that is very important. Just be a good guy. And I struggle too with that I'm not a good guy, I wouldn't say. I mean, I try. Anyway, just saying, this is not what matters in life. So why did I come up with that? I don't know. Let me just think. Is this actually worth saying that? I think so. I think it's worth saying that. Anyway, let me just read it again. Since you like to limit your gameplay in order, wait a second. I have just acquired a 25 MHz computer from 1992 in my collection, and it is the only way I can get the game to run correctly on it. Then I wonder what you mean by correctly on it. You mean the FPS or the feeling of it? I might might be the fact that the game is that the hardware struggles to deliver a constant FPS. So when you say that, do you mean it runs correctly in terms of it's always on the limit, and it makes the gameplay harder? It makes the game harder to play. I believe so, right? I think if games are running very well, then it's also easier to play them. So I think you mean that. Okay, I don't know where I was going with the law thing and stuff, but this is something, it is very important. This is the only thing what is really important. The other stuff is just fun between, but it doesn't last. It's not something which makes you happier in general. Me including, I haven't figured out what is, what makes you really happy. This is something we all try to figure out. We will never do that. We will never figure this out. But I know that games and and stuff is not important. Also, learning is also a thing. Learning is also not important. I learn a lot in terms of, I think learning is very important. I thought learning is very important, and I think learning languages is very important. I'm very proud of it, actually. Not just I'm very proud of my achievements in this regard, but it's the same with stuff you get. You cannot take this into the next life, if it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's money or if it's your knowledge. Everything you are very proud of it's meaningless, kind of. It's useful in this world, for sure, but it's not important. I hope you understand what I mean. Oh boy. I have a wrong channel, I believe. Anyways, in terms of this is a gameplay channel, so I thought so. Anyway, I don't know what it is. I learned English with it, so I don't know what kind of channel this is. You can tell me. Next one is Barbecue Buster. Barbecue Buster. 1 day ago, every enemies when they go underwater is a nightmare. Yeah, that's true. I know how you feel, although it is not necessary to kill all the enemies, but it gives the feels of accomplishment when we actually did it. Yeah, I mean, this is something, I think it's the ego or something. I don't know what it is. It's just what is it actually? Yeah, you wanna just see if you can do it. I believe that's what it is. If those, I mean, sure, you can just ignore that, but it's more you wanna make sure you can deal with them if you want to. So if you did it once and you saw, I killed them all, the next time you can leave them. You can say, I could, if I want, I could kill those. I could beat this game in this way, and then this is, I believe, what I wanna see, and also revenge. Revenge for they trying to kill us. Yeah, those crazy Maranaks. Okay, I think we are done. Now we're gonna jump to Gabriel. Let's see, Gabriel is 1 week ago. 1 week ago. Is there an older version? Let's start with the oldest one first, if I can. This is about, not this already answered. Just want to say, Gabriel, if you make mistakes, writing mistakes, I mean, I get it. It's your mother language. It's your native language, and you are writing a lot. So I assume you like to write. So you probably love it. And if you love doing something and you make a mistake with something you love, it's always kind of hard to take. But you know, you write so well, and every time you make a mistake, it makes you more likable, to me at least. So just keep that up. Do make mistakes, and it's gonna be awesome. Then here, Gabriel, wow, those sounds. Yeah, part 8 is played here. Part 8 of Doom is played with the. Yeah, I mean, I didn't. At first I disliked it a little bit, but you're getting used to that after a while, and it's not so bad. I could actually continue with the sound, but I think I shouldn't, because I started the game play in a certain way, and then changing a certain way drastically is a little bit tough. That's also why I'm not using another overlay for Bloodthirst Supply, although I would like to do it. If you start with something, then just, you know, don't change it in the middle of something. I would think, you know, it's a little bit like you know, people get used to certain things, and you know, I get that. But yeah, that only counts when you start it in a certain way. But yeah, about overlays, I'm always gonna use them from now on. Also, my intro is actually too long. I should make it smaller, but at the same time, I don't wanna. I think, because, you know, why should I always think about other people, what they are like? You know, I don't want to do that all the time. Anyway, Gabriel. Now, he said, haha, your description of the alarm clock is hilarious. Yeah, I know what you mean, because it made me laugh when you wrote that. Yeah, that's alarm clock. Yeah, alarm clock. Okay, and then next, 1 week ago from Gabriel. You can compare weapons and equipment to what you are wearing if you right-click on stuff in your inventory. Right-click on stuff. Okay, this is something I have to... I'm gonna just read the comments again if I stuck while playing the game. We're gonna we're gonna record another session. Don't know when, but we will. Then the next thing from Gabriel. It's a shame to hear that what you... Wait, I have to switch my... yeah, here's better, my error. It's a shame to hear what you want is to play this game with your friends, because when the studio was shut down, we were working on an MMO. The fighting wasn't quite as fluid because it was an MMO, but it was still a lot of fun. Fun considering how very, very early in development it was. It never really got to a funny, functional state. I think we talked about this already, but at the same time, it's fine, Gabriel. It's just I was thinking, I think when you make a MMO RPG, it's different. I mean, I've never made a game, so I do not know that, but I assume if you make an MMO, and then you have to communicate, or the clients have to communicate with the server and back and forth and so on. And so I believe because of the lot of communication, it's pretty hard to synchronize everything, you know, when it comes to fighting, especially back then. It's, you know, I have to consider when the game was made. So I think writing the multiplayer code, I just try to imagine it. It's probably very tough because of the synchronization, and then you have to consider the cheating and all those stuff. So that makes it probably a lot of work, I believe so. But to play a game like this, it's always sad, because I always wanted to play like I just think the idea of playing a role-playing game together. It doesn't have to be necessarily an MMO, but just in co-op, like Neverwinter Nights, co-op game, very nice. It's just such a great idea. The only problem is you have to find people who wants to play the game with you, which is also not that easy. So often I would like to play Baldur's Gate 2, but it's so too old. People don't want to play this with me. I ask so often. No, they want to play the new modern game shit nonsense here, which I really don't like. Man, so many shitty games are being played. Too many shitty games are being played. Whatever. That makes me sad. Neverwinter Nights stuff. I mean, Neverwinter Nights. I'm starting it, the second one at least, here and now and then, and playing it a few hours, and then I'm stopping it again. Anyway, but yeah. So what did you actually wrote? It's a shame that. Yeah, but I'm at least you have seen it, Gabriel. How this is. How they are doing that, how the development is going on, because the most of us have a rough idea on how stuff, how development stuff is made and such. It's a very interesting or intriguing view, I just can imagine how it is from the gaming news and such. I don't know how it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I hope so. Gabriel furthermore wrote, you said you didn't know if it was worth the remastered if you already had the original. One big improvement is that they made is completely rebalancing. The game. Do we see here everything? I'll read more. The original. Wait a second. Did I miss something here? No. Okay. So you see. No, here we go. The original version. In the original version, everything in the game said. It's level based. What? In the original version, everything in the game said it's level based on when you first entered an area. It's okay. Everything in the game said it's level based on when you first enter an area. So you went somewhere as level 5, all the items and enemies in that space would stay around level 5 forever. I see. When we were testing this game, I used to cheat the system by running through everything I could at level 1, so the entire game was set to a very low level, and then everything is permanently easy. Yeah, that's a horrible thing actually, because cheating in I mean, it's a single player game, so you can cheat in single player games. I don't think that's bad. You're only destroying your own game fun, so that's, you know, that's up to the individual. But the problem is, if you know how to, this is my opinion, I rather don't know how to cheat in a game, because it always kind of is back in the mind, you know. It makes the game already easier if you know that you could you could make stuff easier if you want to. So it takes a little bit away the being scared part, being threatened by some enemies, because you know you can just cheat on that. But it's not a huge thing. It's not that I would never do that. I like doing it when it comes to Sonic, you know, Sega Mega Drive, you know, saving a state and loading a state again, you know. But I think I can do it because I played through the game on a Sega Mega Drive when I was a child. Anyway, so good that they fixed that. In the remastered version, it updates the space to whatever level you are each time you enter it. So the whole game gets harder as you go. It's a much better balanced version, and you can't cheat it like I used to. But even just that changes the game enough so that it's much better. Yeah, Gabriel, I think that's obviously great, but I do not know if this is enough when I say, I mean, if I play, and this is not coming necessarily from me, before I bought this game, I said this one once, I checked some reviews quickly, but I also got this, I think, a little bit, then I forgot, and when you wrote me the comment, it reminded me on that. That's great, but I'm not so sure if you... well, I don't know what else they optimized, so I cannot say for sure if it's worth for somebody who played through the whole game to buy it for the full price. I bought it for, I think, €20, the normal edition, and it looks to me like this is a fair price because it looks great, and if you like the style, then you think it's awesome. But for somebody who owns this game already, I cannot say for sure from my perspective at least. So that's a nice thing, but it doesn't really sound like much, to be honest, to me. So don't try to be hard. It's just my personal opinion. If there is more, I'm happy to read more. And then talk about this. I don't want to be unnecessary hard. Just my opinion on that. But yeah, it's definitely a good change. Then next thing, Gabriel, 30 minutes and 10 seconds. Somebody sat down in Photoshop and created those paintings. I can't even tell you who made those paintings. I'm pretty sure those were painted by Kate Berkeley. Okay, Berkeley. I hope so. Pronunciation, always tough. Who is an incredible, talented concept artist, but at the same time she had just graduated from art school and was an intern at Big Huge Games. Eventually brought on full time. Does this mean she works there now full time, right? Okay, I know that she worked on background stuff like that, and those paintings look like her style to me. The first thing I thought, Gabriel, and I don't want to say anything, but that was just it's not that I want to be, it just this was the first thing which came to my mind. I thought, maybe Gabriel had a crush on her. I do not know you, Gabriel. I do not know if you know. But this was just a thought. It sounds like you like her a lot. And about the paintings, well, I always think that this is something which we do not really. We take this for granted when we start a game, we shoot up a game, and then we're gonna just see some art here and there, and we see the game as a whole. And only few of us go into a certain direction and taking the time for looking at a certain painting and stuff, including myself. Since I started to do a little bit of Photoshop and other stuff, I see it a little bit like, you know, in terms of this, somebody sat down and I was thinking about something. And this is something which is actually a good thing, because it's something creative, you know. You're sitting there and you think about, you maybe enjoying your time, you know. Maybe when this is her stuff, she was creating that, maybe she listened to music and started painting, and then it developed in something, and then she was happy about that. So, you know, that's why I try to point it out when I see those stuff now, and that's great. But thank you for the comment, Gabriel. The next thing is, you are doing low damage for a couple of reasons, but one thing you should notice is that the color of the enemies' names. Yeah. In the cave, the enemies you were fighting had orange names, which means they are a higher level than you. If their names are red, means they are significantly higher. Yeah, this is very familiar to me. White means the same level, and green or gray means they are lower. That's kind of like a World of Warcraft system was similar, and I should actually know that better. But sometimes I'm not sure if maybe I even had thought about this for a second, then I forgot again. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but yeah, that makes totally sense. That's a familiar system to me. And the last comment is the UFO departure. That's cool. Thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, the other UFO things, there was kind of mixed feelings, but the good thing is I made those things in between, so it was not much work. And the one I named UFO arrived, and I think, well, some people were probably disappointed that it's not a real thing, but whatever, that's what it is. No, this one I like a lot. It's not that hard, it looks kind of nice, and also the thing is, it looks like there's some dust going on, and I did not really use a dust modifier. It's just a noise, basically a texture, where, yeah, it's basically a texture, a noise texture. Anyways, let's not go into that too much. But what I try to say is, in Blender there is steam and stuff you can actually use too. It's not that. This is something I haven't really paid attention to, that how to make steam and flames and something. This is something which has still to be discovered, and someday I'm gonna take a look at this, because, you know, Blender is so crazy. You can do so many things and getting better in with so many details. But this is kind of a little trick I used here, and it wasn't really a huge thing, you know. It was set up very fast and it's easy. And I'm still modeling the ship too, and doing other stuff as well. Yeah, so I think we are done for this time. And now, if you guys are still there, I'm just gonna go quickly through. Why is no one liking my stuff here? I hate it. No, don't do it, guys. Please do not like anything if you don't want to. That's totally fine. If you wonder if I care about the stuff, yes, I do. It affects me, but I'm totally fine if you don't do it, because I don't want to be affected. And the only thing, you know, I don't want to care. I care, but I don't want to, because it's nonsense anyways. Just checking if I forgot somebody. No, this I covered already. Yeah, I think we are pretty much done. Good. It's a weird episode. I always try to be focused. It never really works out. Maybe I should just give up on that anyways. Always record weird stories, weird stuff, and talking whatever comes into my mind. Kinda. I'm filtering it, kinda. You wouldn't think so, but I do. Yeah, what else do we have? Let me just think for a second. I said about everything. November, I might be gone for the whole November, but probably I have time, only 2 weeks. Yeah, Commander Keen, have it in mind. Maybe a gameplay session. No, that's it. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. We see you soon. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen. I'm gonna record something. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, forget about what I said earlier. If I said something, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna record something, but probably very, very likely the Legacy of Kain, because it's just one of my favorite games ever. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.